Hello and welcome to the Bearded Hammer YouTube channel. I am the Bearded Hammer and we're here to talk about West Ham. Now this week there has been a lot of change at West Ham. We have sold Issa Diop to Fulham. Vlasic has gone out on loan to Torino. If it goes the same way as Joe Hart, his career is essentially over. But we wish them all the best and hope that they do push on, especially Vlasic, because he could come back to us and be phenomenal. He showed moments of being able to do that. But this week we take on Steve Cooper's and Jessie Lingard, Nottingham Forest, and we're here to talk a little bit about that. Jessie Lingard obviously played phenomenally for us for 6-7 games last year, and said he wanted to come. Well, not last year, season before last. We couldn't quite get him. He wanted to come back to us. Allegedly, there was rumours about him going to America. It's actually signed for Nottingham Forest, which is a little bit closer to home for him, but I think it's a very strange selection, knowing that you're going to be in a relegation battle rather than playing at the top end of the Premier League. If he wants to go to the World Cup, I think he's made the wrong decision, unless he thinks he's going to outshine every player there, which I don't think he will. They've got the likes of Brennan Johnson, who's a fantastic little winger. Just a very odd choice for me. I think it's possibly monetary driven, but I can't judge that because I don't know. I think he's made a mistake, but also I think it would have been a mistake coming back to us because I don't think he would have been able to replicate that form to its fullest extent for us, at which point he would have been sort of the pantomime villain. But instead of Jessie Lingard, we have gone one better. And for £17.5 million, we have stolen Maxwell Cornet from Burnley. He scored 9 goals last year for a team that got relegated. Used to play in Claret and Blue already, but just decided actually we're the better Claret and Blue team, so he needs to come to us. No, in all seriousness, £17.5 million release clause, and what a signing for us. Will we see him this week? I think maybe off the bench. I have done a little team selection talk over on FDT TV, so make sure you go and check that out if you want to know all about the team talk. But we're here to talk about the West Ham team and some thoughts on the Nottingham Forest game. So yeah, we may see him. I think he's going to be a long-term replacement for Aaron Cresswell, who's, I say, coming towards the end of his career. He's not going to get better, is he? Old Cress, he's done us phenomenally since he moved from Ipswich, but he's on the latter parts of his career. He's one of the older statesmen in the team, so Cornet can play that left wing back role, get bomb forward. Obviously Masuaku's gone off on loan to Besiktas, I want to say, and never really fit the bill for us, but Cornet I think will do a better job. But also, he can play right wing, he can play left wing, he can play striker. So there's lots of options for him. Quite a versatile little player. And when we look at the other side of the scale, from a little player to a big player, the 6'4" Italian Scamacca come on against City and looked all right. For someone who hasn't had a pre-season, hasn't played with the team much, he fit in all right, didn't he? We need to start getting crosses into him, and I think he will do all right this season. He looked fairly sharp. I think we could see him start against Nottingham Forest, being that he did well, and Antonio looked like he picked up a bit of a knock on his knee, and I think, unfortunately for Antonio, I know he's our top goal scorer, he needs to be the impact sub, not the other way round. You think, especially in this heat at the minute, with 60, 70 minutes gone, you take off 4 hours of Benrahma, whatever, put on Antonio, say just go and bully the defenders, run at them, use your strength. They're already tired, they're already sweltering. It's a really hard task. Oh, here comes Antonio. That's not going to be fun. He'll get a lot more goals that way, I think, personally, and bully his way through the defence of a lot of Premier League defence is what I'm trying to say. But yeah, so I think this one's going to finish 3-1. I don't think we're going to go without conceding a goal. I know Fabianski's out injured, so we've got Areola, who I prefer, and I think it's down to him now to cement that first place why Fabianski is out, for him to become the second fiddle, so to speak. I just feel like we're going to start negatively, a bit like we did against Manchester City, very defensively, and rather than going out on the front foot and taking the game to Nottingham Forest, they sat back against Newcastle, and Newcastle outclassed them. We need to do the same. We're better than Newcastle. I think that's going to show, and we've strengthened as well. I think we need to go and attack Nottingham Forest, take the game to them, go in at 2-0 up at half time, and then you can sort of sit back and relax and wait for the openings. I don't think you can do it the other way around. We have to be proactive on the ball this game so we can win this match. But as I said, if you want a full rundown of my team talk and some little more thoughts on Nottingham Forest, go over to FDT TV. Check out that video. And until next week, I have been the Bearded Hammer, and we'll see you very, very soon. Goodbye.